Hey, Honesties. Welcome back to another episode of Honesty Though Podcast with your host, Zena, aka Top Tier Z, where I keep it raw, I keep it real, and I keep it risky. I'm going to just start inserting that little sound in there at some point. But until I decide to do more in editing, well, it will be with my mouth. Today's guest is a single mother, my first mother. Okay, my first conversation about motherhood. I've had mothers on here before, but we haven't gotten to speak about motherhood. So I'm excited about that. She's the host of the podcast, Driven by Motherhood. Welcome, CeCe.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Today we're talking about motherhood, the pressure society puts on mothers to bounce back, postpartum depression, dating as a single mom, and so much more. Before we do that, though, I am going to ask you 5 questions.
Okay.
You let me know, what would you rather?
Okay.
We may keep it pushing, or I may further investigate.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my fast 5. First question, would you rather have an extra 3 hours every day or an extra day every week?
I would rather an extra day every week.
Yeah.
I think I can benefit from having an extra day a week. The 3 hours is still going to go just as fast as the 24 hours. So.
And when you do the math, because I did the math, 3 times 7, right? 3 extra hours, that's 21. There's 24 hours in a day.
It doesn't make any sense at all. It's like it's still going to go by just as fast as the 24 hours. So I'll take the extra day.
Would you rather date someone with no kids or someone with kids of their own?
That's tricky. That's really, really tricky. A person with no children. Damn, I have to choose. I want to say a person that doesn't have children.
Why?
I want to say a person who doesn't have children because I think of the extra baggage, right? Some people don't get along with their children's mother.
Oh, that's fine. We're going to get there. Because this is definitely on my outline for today. So
Yes.
We're going to touch on that in depth in a few. Would you rather your kids remember every lesson you taught them or every fun memory you've created?
I would rather them remember every lesson I taught them. I think that lessons bring principles, values, morals. It creates a character. I'd rather that.
Would you rather be pursued or make the first move?
Oh, there you go. Another tricky question.
I'm a trickster.
Yes, it's a tricky question because, us women, we always have this stigma. I want to say I don't mind making the first move.
Oh, she's bold.
Yeah, I don't mind making the first move. For some reason, the ones that pursue, they always let you down really bad.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay, lastly. These are, I don't know if I was expecting these responses, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Would you rather be completely understood by one person or admired by thousands?
Oh, man. I know my friends are going to see this and they'll be like, oh my God, I know her answer. I feel like we're keeping it raw. So I'm going to say I would really rather be understood by one person.
Yeah.
I love admiration. I'm a Leo. Hello. But, I think that being understood by one person is amazing. Like, it goes a long way.
I agree. All right. That sums up our fast 5. Yes. Thank you for your honesty.
Of course, you're welcome.
I'm already feeling this energy. I'm loving it. All right. Just like me, you're a mother.
Yes, I am.
Oh, Lord. And as much as I think motherhood is like one of the most beautiful, purposeful things on this planet, it's rewarding. It's also hard as hell. So sometimes, right? One thing I hear a lot of mothers talk about is getting their spark back after having kids.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Your face is saying it all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Your face said, yeah, I'm a mother, and I'm saying that too.
Of 3.
Yes.
Of 3.
How old?
So my first one, he's a boy. He's 4 going on 5, really like 10. My daughter, I get them confused, 3. And then my smallest, she's 1.5 going on 2. And like you said, I feel like being a mom is amazing. Like you see yourself, like especially when you have like multiple, you see yourself in all of them, right? But it is challenging because, like you said, you getting your spark back. To be honest with you, my son is about to be 5, and I'm just now getting my spark back.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yes. Like I'm just feeling that, like, oh wow, like I'm beautiful. Like I'm in love with the body that I have now. Like I'm embracing the love handles. I'm embracing that I'm not that, I don't have that figure that I once had before, right? Or, us women, we deal with so much anxiety around what others perceive us to be or what we should be doing as moms. So it's like, I'm just getting my spark back. And honestly speaking, no one can take anything from me.
Ooh.
I love myself right now. Like, it's not that I never loved myself, but I love myself so much more that, the crap that I would deal with before, I'm not doing that now.
Happening, no longer tolerating.
Yeah.
Do you think you finally are like getting your spark back because you've accepted the woman you've become after childbirth and caring for children?
I think that I got my spark back because I'm a person that likes to be in control of certain things in my life. And I realized that you can't be in control of everything in life. You just have to let God. And I've done that. I just let things be. And I've learned myself more. Like I've stepped into who I am rather than who I should be for others.
See, that's part of the acceptance I speak about, right? Where I feel like motherhood, from my experience, kind of gave me a sense of knowing, as like it helped cement who I am as a woman. Like I always say, I'm a mother first, everything else after, immediately after. Mind you,
I have to challenge you.
Go ahead, yeah.
I have to challenge you. I'm a woman first.
Okay.
And then a mom. And I say I'm a woman first because if I'm not who I destined myself to be, how can I be a great mother for my kids?
That's a fact.
Right?
And I do accept that challenge because I can't be exactly what you said. I can't be a mother first if I'm not like it.
It's the stigmas that we're faced with, that it's like you have to be a mother first. And it's like, the reason why I say I'm a woman first and then a mom, and they go hand in hand. Like it's not one more than the other. No. When your children grow older and you've been focusing on them, making their life, right? Molding them, making sure they're okay, but you're leaving yourself behind. When they make their life and they have chosen their person or they're choosing where they want to go, you're left in the dust.
Yeah. Not
saying that your children are not going to be there for you, but now you're sitting there twiddling your fingers with maybe your cats, your dogs, single maybe, or maybe in a relationship. But, you have to choose yourself first every day before anything. And then, like, right then and there, your children.
It is very true. A lot of mothers, we think children first, everyone else after. And I think what's most important is finding that balance. And I think until you find that balance, you're going to think it has to be one or the other. Because it could be both, right? Simultaneously.
And I was going to say that, right? There's no way that as a mom, you're choosing to be a woman, right? Let's say you are a woman, but you're in a beauty supply store. Do you have a daughter?
Yeah.
Okay. You're in a beauty supply store, right? And you're buying something for yourself. And then you happen to just stroll into like the little girl section. And you're like, she needs this. But in your mind, you're like, no, I came for myself, right?
Yeah.
You wind up leaving the beauty supply store with something for your daughter. So did you chose yourself, but you're also still choosing your children.
Exactly. And that's why it doesn't have to be one minus the other. I think once we find that balance, like we could do it all and be great at all of it.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Did you feel pressure to like look a certain way after having kids?
More so for myself, really. Just because I knew, like I used to run track. So I had this figure that I was like, I was really skinny. I was toned.
Toned, yeah, defined.
And then I'm looking at, certain features as a woman dropping, changing. And that kind of like messed with me, and it kind of like brought me into like my depressive state, And then not I always tell women, like, you need that support system.
Yeah.
I had my mom, I had my friends, I had my family, but I didn't have that support of the male figure, right?
Mm-hmm. So seeing the physical, right, and like dealing with those physical changes of your body affected your mental.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
truly.
Absolutely.
Because I think when people hear about the bounce back, they only think about the physical. But I don't think people realize like pregnancy, childbirth, caring for another human, it takes a mental toll, like as well as physical. So it's like there's a pressure to look a certain way on the outside for everyone else, I guess, to give you props and admire you, right? And no one really thinks about, is her mental fine? Did that mental bounce back? You get pregnancy brain. You forget everything,
The
bro.
only person that was really focused on making sure that I was okay was my mom. Like, my mom was there because I went through postpartum severely with my son. Like, I was like my first child. Yeah, I went through it severely. I didn't want to go outside. I was crying. I didn't want to do my hair. I was just like, I can't believe that. You know, of course you're pregnant for the amount of time you're pregnant, but it never registers that you're a mom. Like, you're caring for someone else outside of your body now, right?
Until they actually arrive.
Right. And even still, like, it took me a long time. And I don't know if that's part of like the depression. It took me a very long time for me to be like, I'm a mom.
And that might be part of the depression.
Yeah, like, I'm a mom. Like, I used to, like, people used to be like, oh my God, happy Mother's Day. And I'm like,
seriously?
Who they talking to?
How soon after giving birth did this feeling hit you?
I was going through it while I was pregnant with each of my children. My last child, I wasn't really going through postpartum. My last child, for some reason, I was like, you know, I went through so much with my first two. My last one, I'm like, this is all about me. Like, this is all about me and my children. I did a maternity shoot. You know, I did a lot of things that I didn't do for my first and second. Yeah,
I feel like
it was about me and my babies. It was a mental thing, though. It was a really big mental thing for me.
Do you think the first 2 times you were like expecting someone else to pour into you?
Yeah.
Whereas like the partner you were with, right? And I think that's the expectation for a lot of women. Yeah. It's like, you know, you're in love with this person, you're pregnant. It should be a celebratory thing. It should be, for me personally, like when I became pregnant, immediately I was like, I'm a mother. Because as much as like this person isn't here physically, I still had to care for her inside of me before she got here, right? And that took eating better. I've always eaten healthy. I remember being pescatarian at the time, and my doctor was like, you have to eat chicken because you're not gaining like the nutrients and the weight and so forth that you need, right? And there I had to sacrifice my own eating habits for the betterment of my child, right? So that's like, for me, it started while she was in me. It didn't take her coming here. I think pregnancy itself is glamorized. Motherhood is glamorized. We gonna get there.
I was just gonna say, you know, you said one really big thing. It's like the key to motherhood and it's sacrifice. I think that us mothers, we sacrifice more than fathers.
Absolutely, yes.
And I don't think that they don't do it. I'm not taking away from like the active fathers. I'm not taking away from the real dads. Like, I'm just saying that us women, we sacrifice more when it comes to being a parent.
And I even say, like, as much as you can be in a 2-parent household, majority of the time, the mother's gonna be parent A. And that was something I had to learn the hard way, right? Where it was like, I'm the one breastfeeding. That child's already attached to me, so everything is mommy. I learned this thing where kids behave poorly around the people they feel the safest around.
Do we say poorly?
You're right.
Or
for lack of a better term.
I feel like they feel safe.
Safe, yeah.
And I say that only because my kids go haywire. And I'm like, what are you doing? Right? But I think that they feel safe with us. That means you're being a great mom.
Yes. But also there's more stress and pressure that you endure, right? And I think sometimes the men don't understand that. And if they could just take a step back and like think, how can I show up for her outside of this child? Like, I think that can actually help aid women in their postpartum journey.
And I think that's the issue. I think that because don't get me wrong, I think that men also go through a transition. I think that, it's difficult on men, especially if this is their first child. Like, they have to change their life to a certain extent, right?
Yeah.
It's not about them. It's about the woman they're with and now their child, right? But I do know that there are some women who do actually, not women, I'm sorry. There are some men that do pour into women that actually take a step back and say, if she's okay, my child's okay.
Yeah.
There are some men who say, she's all right, it's about my kids. And I think that that's where the disconnect is, because if she's not okay, the child is not okay, because even though you are the person that's bearing the weight, she's the one bearing the most weight.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's like this power struggle.
Yeah.
But listen, I love motherhood. You can't make me hate it. I would have more children, honestly.
Really?
Yes.
I wouldn't say I'm on the fence. Like, I definitely still want a boy. Like one. 2 max.
My friends, they're like, we lived through you. And I'm like, let's do it. Why?
Are you one of the first people in your friend group to have kids?
No. I'm the one that has the most.
Okay.
So I went from not having children. I was like, I'm not having children. I'm not having children. Let's not talk about children. To having 3.
Back to back.
And it was just like,
too.
What happened?
That escalated quickly.
I was like, what happened here? But, I would definitely have more. I can't say I have a great support system when it comes to my friends. They've seen me struggle. They've seen me crash out. Like, they've seen me, I still go through my mental, my mental issues sometimes where, I do get sad, and I'm like, sometimes we envision things that we want for our children. And, I think that we become upset when it's not that.
Yeah.
But then we also have to kind of like do like this quick modification where it's like, focus on the children, make them happy, show them the principles, show them the morals. And
also, how could I get them that? It may not look exactly how I envision it, but how can I get them as close to that as possible?
Yes.
Like, I think sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves to have it all right and have it all figured out, but there's no handbook that comes with
at all
being a mother in this life at all. You make it work for you.
It's hard. I think that's the difficult part. Like, when we say it's hard, I think I don't know about you, but me and my friends were like, we have like so many tabs open in our brain.
Yeah, girl.
Then I'm like, once I click one off, I got like 2 more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, hold on, I thought we were getting somewhere, right? But all of them resulting in progress as a mom.
Yeah.
And I love that. It's just us progressing with our children, or progressing as a woman, or as a mom. Because I feel like everything we do from when we had our child is about them.
For me, my journey with motherhood, it's been bittersweet because I've always had a strong village. I've had my grandmother, rest in peace now, but when my daughter was born, she literally was like, that's my baby. I'm taking care of her. I went back to work 3 weeks after giving birth because I just...
Oh my God, we need to change this.
For me, it's like I could have taken more time off, but because my grandma was so involved...
You felt comfortable, you felt safe.
It's not even that. It was like, well, why am I here? Because I wasn't allowed to do anything besides feed my child, you know what I mean? Like the basics that she
I'm
could
happy
do.
for you in that aspect, though.
Yeah,
I'm happy for you. See, I was out for a year, and that made me lose myself a little bit because I didn't want to socialize. I was just home. I was working from home.
Yeah. Oh.
I didn't want to socialize with anyone. I was really like, my baby's in a bubble. Don't touch him. Don't look at him. He can't go here. He can't go there. My third one, I was like, take her.
I heard usually by the
take her.
Third one, it's like, bye.
Yeah, because it's like you're a first time mom, but I'm glad that you had that village.
Yeah,
and you were able to like step out after the 3 weeks.
And I think that's why I didn't feel like the loss of my spark. Because when women would speak about it, I would always say, I can't relate personally because I never felt that, right? Because literally I'm back out into the world. I'm getting dressed for work. How I dress looks differently because now I have to wear like, these bras and they're padded and I went from wearing no bra to milk just, you know what I mean? What happens when you're pregnant. When you're breastfeeding. So, for me, it was like, I'm her. right? So I could never relate. But the more I hear women speak about it, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. And then I see the pressure that society puts on us. So I'm grateful in that sense for that village. But I'm like, when I do have more kids, I want to be that hands-on. Like, I don't want someone else. You know what I mean? I still want that village. But
I think that it's a different experience. So for one, I want to commend you because you breastfed. There's a lot of women who try, they're not able to try, and they just can't take it. And I want to say, you women are so strong. Everyone is different. Motherhood looks different for everyone. But I want to commend you because I'm still breastfeeding. And my daughter's about to be 2.
I commend you for that.
She does not want to let go. I've done hot sauce. She eats through it. Can't deny she's Caribbean. She's like,
this is good.
Let me keep going. Right? That's one. 2, I think that when women, especially like mothers, should I say, don't have that hands-on experience, it's so different for them. Like, I always hear I wish I would have did this, I wish I would have did that. But I can say that it's never too late.
Yeah. And that's what I learned. Yeah.
It's never too late.
Because I think my grandma passed away when my daughter was like 5 or so.
And I'm so sorry.
And thank you. It's okay. Like, I've taught her, she has a relationship with death because of that. You know, I've taught her that aspect of life and death. But I was able to like be that nurturing, confident, affectionate person that my grandmother was. And it wasn't something I had to learn. It was just like, yeah, this is natural. Like, she's no longer getting this from this person. Yeah. Obviously, I was giving it to her, but it kind of was limited.
Right.
Yeah, girl, I commend you for still breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is one of the hardest parts of, I would say.
1 a.m, I'm just getting yanked. And not in a good way. Not in a good way. I wish it was in a good way. I mean, it is in a good way, but not how I expect it to be.
Yeah.
She's yanking me, you know? And it's okay. I think that her and I, we have a different bond. I also do know, like, I was raised with my grandma. And I also just stepped into motherhood. Like, it wasn't something that I was like, I don't know what to do. I wasn't lost.
Yeah.
Like, I see how much affection and love I pour into my children because I'm getting that back now. Like, I'm seeing it. Like, my son yesterday, he did not want to go to sleep. And he was like, let's watch a movie. And I was like, sure. I was like, but I'm so tired. I was like, fine, let's sit on the couch. Sat on the couch and he's grabbing me up. Like, he's my man. He's my husband, supposedly. So grabs me up and he's like, come here, lay here. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, this is me. Like, you know, the times that I'm sitting there, you know, frustrated because, you know, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make certain things, you know, be realistic to my lifestyle and their lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm like, I see that even though I'm struggling in certain senses, I still am able to provide that affection that they need. I don't want them growing up looking for that anywhere.
And I think that's one of the most important parts of motherhood, where you kind of have to put yourself on the back burner a little bit, right? It's part of sacrifice and still pour into them, even when we're tired. And exactly what you said, where he's like, come put your head here. The way that they in turn pour into you, because you taught them how to love, you taught them affection.
Yes.
Like, that is so rewarding. Like, someone asked me over the weekend, what would I say is like the most rewarding part of motherhood? And I said that love that I get from my child, that no matter how shit of a day I'm having, no matter what's going on in the world, as soon as I walk through that door, the love that's just like oozing through her into me makes me forget everything else in this world.
Yep. And can I say, like, I feel like that goes into dating.
Speak on it.
I feel like that goes into dating because, of course, you're not going to always, you know, try to match the love of a significant other with your children, right? No. But when you see, like, what real love is, there's an expectation.
Yes.
Like, there's an expectation that if my son is my son and he's understanding that he sees me when I'm sad and he's like, Mommy, are you sad? Mommy, are you tired? Mommy, are you upset? Why would I want to sit there and, you know, devalue myself and be with someone who can't even tell?
No, it's very, very true. Because I don't think people realize how much being loved by your children raises the bar of just love
Really
itself.
high.
Yeah.
Really high.
And it's like there's certain things you're just not going to accept.
Yeah.
Because again, if a 5-year-old can get it, why can't a
Yeah.
35-year-old get
Right.
it?
And I'm not sitting here explaining myself to a grown man.
Yeah.
I'm not
You shouldn't
doing
have
that.
to.
And you know, I never understood it. I used to be like,
Mhm.
why do you guys not want to explain to a grown man? Some men are just dense.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, even men who are dense still, when they want to, they want to.
They can make the effort to try to understand. You know, some people are just ignorant, and ignorant is bliss, right? So they prefer, okay, well,
Yeah.
I don't
It
feel
is
like
what it
doing
is. Yeah.
exactly.
And that's when it's like, okay, well then that's okay. I'm going to take a step away, right?
Mhm.
Access to me is very, very limited when it comes to men.
Yeah.
I may say hi. I may say, you know, I may speak to certain men like, you know, when I say men, I mean like friends.
Mhm.
I don't give men the time of day
Why not?
because men are not intentional. My children are intentional. My son is intentional. Men are not intentional. They want to just text, what are you doing? Did you eat? And if I tell you I didn't eat, you're not telling me, oh, okay, well, let's get something to eat or I'm going to send you something, you know? And it's not
Yeah.
about money. It's about intention.
Intention. That's what I was about to say, right? I feel like, how do you separate intention from you just don't care? Because for some women, they don't know what that, when we're having this conversation, to them, it could be like, what does intentional look like? So what does that look like for you?
Intentional is a person that is willing to, let's just say, for example, I meet someone, we exchange numbers and, now we're texting. That person's finding out my likes and dislikes, right?
Mhm.
Do you like being on FaceTime? Do you like going on a call?
Mhm.
Not just texting every day.
Yeah.
I have 3 children. I cannot text. I got to change a pamper.
Yeah.
I got to cook, whereas if, you find out my likes and I'm like, hey, listen, I prefer a FaceTime. I can cook while my kids are in the room and we're FaceTiming, we're talking, we're getting to know each other. That's another issue. I don't really bring men around my children. That's not my thing.
Shouldn't.
I don't care how much I could bring Chris Brown. I'm not bringing my children around men.
Mhm.
There's a lot of things happening in the world. But just going back to intent, you just know.
Yeah.
When a man wants to, a man wants to. You just know.
And you see it too. You don't have to question it. It's literally there. There is action, right? I feel like that's a big part of intention, is being actionable. I do want to speak about, because earlier when I asked, would you rather date a man with no kids or a man with kids? And you chose a man with no kids. Right?
It's an oxymoron, right? Because I have 3.
It really is, right? Because
so you asked me would I rather,
yeah.
Right? I'm not really choosy. I do say that I'm not choosy in the sense just because I want a man that's for me,
Mhm.
whether he has children or not. I always go for who chooses me.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I say a man who doesn't have children because there's a lot of, which is why I have my Driven by Motherhood podcast.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of moms who are bitter and use children as pawns, or still at this very big age, or tend to be very dramatic with certain things.
Yes.
And I'm a mom, and I don't really do well with drama. I don't even bring drama to a relationship I may be in, or if I'm dating someone. I just don't do that. So when I hear a man has children or a child, I need to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
We need to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Do you speak poorly about your kid's mom? Because if you do, I don't want to be involved.
Exactly.
Unless you're speaking on something that she has done that bothers you, and I can digress and we could talk about it and you can see my point of view, then fine. But if you're just so adamant on, I hate her, I don't know how you can hate a person that you had children with.
And it makes me think, well, if things don't work out between us, how are you going to speak about me? Because if you can so comfortably speak about the mother of your kids like this, then you can say anything about me.
And like I said, I do know there are some women whose behavior is erratic. There are some women who, men do hate because you're just like, why are you doing this, right? Yeah. That's why I said you have to do more investigation. I think that a man who doesn't have children, who's willing to be around children and understand what it's like because either they have nieces or nephews, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Girl, the girls be in a tussle because the single ladies with no kids, they feel like leave the childless man for the childless
They
women.
want us.
That's what I'm saying.
They want us. I personally don't. First of all, I told you, I can care less about men.
Yeah.
I don't look for them. They look for me.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's just like,
should.
you know how many, listen, my kid's father at one point was like, no man's going to want you.
Jokes for you.
The biggest lie I've ever heard on this universe. We need to put it in the Guinness Book of World Record. The men want to be stepdaddies.
Yeah. No, they do.
And I'm like, my kids are not looking for a daddy.
Is this practice for y'all? Because
It is. It is. It definitely is. And I'm like, you know, let's talk about your kids. Are you taking care of your kids? I don't know, it's just so sexy, a man who is willing, who has children, and you just see them with their child. I'm like, come here, get your ass over here.
My ex was a dad of 3, right? And like, I've never dated a man with kids prior to him. And girl, for like 2 months when we first started talking, I'm talking to him, I'm talking to someone else. You got 3 kids? He has none. I'll try to weigh the pros and cons, right? Obviously, he won, even with his 3 kids. But when people ask me why, I'm like, seeing him, and he was like parent A. I'm talking about like primary custody of his 2 oldest kids. Like, to see a man go that hard to be a father, to see a man like show up, like the attractiveness, girl, I was like, I'm actually more attracted to him now that he's a dad. And then I feel like he understood the importance of time.
Thank you.
When you have children, you realize how fast that time goes. Like, the way you value time is differently, right? But the single childless man, they really be wanting us.
They do.
And I don't understand why the girls get so upset.
You know, they feel like, for me, especially me that I have 3, they look at me and they're like, what made you have 3? Like, what's wrong with you? And it's like, it's my body. Welcome to my world. I do what I want, right? But it's more so, you know, they want us. I think it's because they see, so some men have mommy issues.
Yeah. So.
And I think that they see us in action, right? Like, for me, I don't have daddy issues, but I love to see a man just be so active with his children, especially we go into minorities, because y'all know.
We know how hard they try to keep the fathers out of the house.
So for me, when I see that, I'm just like, I love that. I don't know, it's just an attraction. But in time. Like, I've had a man tell me, like, you don't give me time. I was dating someone, and he was like, you don't give me time. I feel like I'm in competition with your kids. I blocked him. Because what are you talking about? What do you mean you're in competition with my children? They're always going to win.
Hello.
So, you know, you're upset because I'm a single mom. I take care of my kids. I'm the financial bearer. I'm also the clown, right? I'm the clown because I'm here entertaining my children. Yes. I take them to have fun. If I'm not with my children, my family has my children. And I'm out and about now enjoying myself, right? So, of course, no. If I don't see intention in a man where a man's like, hey, listen, what do you like to eat? You know, let's go on a date. Or, you know, what are the days that I can actually take you on a date? You know, and actually pull through.
Yeah, that part. The follow through. Y'all can talk and talk, but that follow through lets us know every single thing we need to know.
I can't deal with the men that get your number and they're like, what are you doing? You know, or do you cook? You know, are you going to cook for me? When can I come over? My house is not for you, my love. My house is for me and my children.
He wants to be one of the kids. That's why, like,
clearly,
when you first mentioned some of these men have mommy issues, right? Because they see how you care for your kids. They see how you nurture them. They see how you pour into them, whatever. And they expect that. Without doing nothing for you.
At all.
Without them proving themselves.
At all.
They expect that treatment.
And I'm like, that is earned. That is something that is earned, you know? And I think that that's the issue that we're dealing with now with certain things in society. Like, you know, men think that they can get what they want. Women think that they can get what they want. I hear women say, you know, well, if he likes me, he has to give me money. And I'm like.
Does he?
Can you do for yourself what you're asking him to do for you?
That's what I always say. If I cannot do for me, why would I ask you to do that for me? Like, I feel like a lot of women ask for things that they cannot provide themselves.
Unrealistic.
Very much so.
It's like they think this is Christmas every day. And it's like, I understand you're beautiful.
Or he's a daddy.
We need to find the dad.
We need to unpack that.
Yeah.
I do have this belief though, and hear me out. I have this theory, right?
Oh. I might be in with it. Let's see.
Okay, let's see. If I'm out with my friends when I'm single, and a man is demanding my time and attention, like we're at a bar, an establishment, and he's in my face and he wants to keep talking to me, you have to buy me a drink because you are now taking away time from the people I came here with. My time is not being invested into you. And I have this belief when people see me talking to you, it's not going to bring interest to you because what is it about you that makes her interested in you?
Because you're beautiful.
Right? Like I'm adding value to you. So the least you can do is compensate me for my time with a beverage of any kind. It could just be water.
So I agree. But see, I'm just so cool off a man that you're going to have to catch me another day.
Yeah.
I'm with my girls.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not about to leave my girls that we barely have time because we're moms to entertain you. Like, if you're fully invested like that, we can catch each other on another day. But if you really want to be in my face, you're going to have to buy me and my friends.
You see? Thank you. I'm like, yo, I'm not tripping when I say this.
Like, you're in my face. I'm telling you, have a good day. I'm with my friends, because when I go out with my friends, I love on my friends a lot.
Yes.
So I'm fully invested. Like, we're making memories, we're taking pictures, we're laughing, we're dancing, we're joking. So now you're in my face, you're in my ear, spitting in my ear. I need a drink and they need a drink too. They're thirsty too. We're all thirsty. We're all thirsty. All of a sudden.
And also, like, how you react to that lets me know everything I need to know. Because if you actually...
Oh, I'm going to text you, call you later. Okay, you're blocked. Mind you, I don't even give men my number. That's how, like, cool off a man I am. Like, I'll give you my Instagram and I'll see.
I think you're in this stage where, with, like, just getting your spark back, I feel like sometimes, especially being a single mother, like, for me, I always say, I'm a mother who's single because my daughter's father, we co-parent very well. And I have the help of a man. Like I can say, okay, this is your week. Be my guest, whatever. I don't remember where I was going with this because something else just popped into my head.
It's okay. So I just want to interject with that, right? You're saying that I'm just getting out my spark and I guess I'm so cool on the man, right?
Yes. Thank you for that, right? I feel like there's different seasons in our lives for different things, right? And I feel like this might not be the season for men for you. And I feel like, because I feel like you have to be in a space where you're ready to date.
You know what it is? I'm a single parent with no co-parent. So I'm very meticulous, right? It has to make sense.
Yeah.
I'm not, we were young at one point. Yeah. Like, we used to just date for fun, Now I'm dating with a purpose.
Absolutely.
I don't co-parent with my kid's father. I choose not to. I just don't want to deal with the drama that comes with that. Yeah. And so it's not that I'm in a season where I don't want to deal with men. It's more so none of the men are coming with intention or purpose. And if you're not coming into my life with that, I've already dealt with someone who wasn't intentional or purposeful. I'm not doing it again. Yeah. I got 3 children from that,
it's either you keep repeating the same thing
and I'm
or
not,
at some point.
Yeah, and I'm not. Yeah. Like, I've had men tell me, like, you're just so quick to cut me off. And I'm like, you told me that you follow your ex and that she follows you on Instagram. And she's now calling you because you and I were on a date and she wants to know what you were doing. Do you think I want to deal with that?
The drama. Coming off of like what you were saying earlier, right? The men with kids and the baggage that they bring with the baby mother drama.
He didn't have children with her.
Exactly. And I think when... Take my example, right? That's crazy that he didn't have kids. She's still like,
no, thank you.
Are y'all exes or what's going on? Because the math is not mathing. But for someone who doesn't do the co-parenting, so it's really just you. You have no baby father drama. Me personally, my co-parenting is so good. I have no baby father drama, right? And that's why, like, I could date men without kids because I don't come with that drama. My child is not looking for a daddy. She has one. And he shows up and he's there. And I think that's where people get a misconstrued. They think just because you're a single mother or just because you're not always, you have kids, you're looking for a father for those children.
I've had men wiggle their way in like, oh yeah, I love kids. Your kids are going to be my kids. And I'm like, whoa. Slow down, bucko.
You'd be lucky if you even meet that.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on. What makes you think that this is about me and you, right? And I'm glad you're able to co-parent. Like, a lot of people can't do that.
No.
A lot of people can't co-parent.
Oh, girl, that was a work in progress. That's not something that happened overnight. Like, that's definitely something that took years of. She is the primary factor in this. Nothing else matters. If she's not good, none of this shit works.
It's true.
And like, I literally had to like force it into his head, right? Because when you have someone who still wants to be with you, and I'm like,
and yes, the baby daddies do want to be with us. Let's please, ladies, they want to be with us. Don't let them tell you no. We don't want to be with them.
But that's how we get flack, right? That's where it's like, oh, y'all want these single parent households. Women don't want fathers in the household.
Why would we not? That was the like white picket fence dream that we wanted. But it's like, as women, especially minorities, why would we sit there and tolerate things that we wouldn't want our daughters to tolerate or our mother to tolerate? Like, we have to start breaking generational trauma and curses.
Yeah.
Like, we have to. And it starts from there.
And I'm tired of like, because back in the day, it's like, oh, do it for the family. Stay together for the family. You know?
And I'm over here losing my mind. Losing my mind. Now, here's my thing, right? And I want to say, like, you know, men, therapy is okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with going to therapy. It's okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's a person who's not going to judge you. It's a person who's not going to guide you in the wrong path, right? Now, if you have a household where you both are willing to do the work.
Yes,
stay for your family. Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, but if there's only one person that's trying to do the work, it's like a Libra scale. It's going to tip over.
I'm a Libra. All right.
It's going to tip over. So it's like, and I think that I think that's where I was in my life. That's why I think I kind of like lost myself, because I was so hard on, I want to make this work because of my family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was seeing myself do all of the work
Mm-hmm.
because of my children. And then I was like, wait, I'm losing myself. Like, I'm the only one doing the work. I'm like, I'm the only one trying to figure out like how things can work, focusing on the children. I was like,
and it becomes one-sided.
Yes.
And two, once you start doing that work and the other person isn't, that scale becomes even more unbalanced,
Yes.
right? Because once that work starts, progression, up and up, evolving, you're for the better.
yes.
If I'm moving up and you're still down here, what makes you think I'm even attracted to you to want to be with you, right?
And I'm over here parenting you. I'm over here trying to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm losing my shit. I'm sitting here yelling at my children because I'm so frustrated mentally. And I'm like, wait a minute, why am I doing all of this when I can literally just be focusing on my children and let them catch up?
Exactly.
And if you don't catch up, you don't catch up.
Yes. And I think that's the beauty in knowing it's okay to step away from this and to do this alone. If us doing this together is going to bring me more stress, which in turns take away from the quality of mother or human I can be to our kids, then I would rather do it alone.
Yeah.
You know, and if you over time, you do the work and you show up and you actually want to be a father, those doors are open.
Always.
But a lot of times people think they can just come in without doing the work, without actually showing me this is consistent. Because
I like consistency. And I think I've been saying this, and I like intentionality. I've been saying this, and this is from every angle.
Yeah.
You know, I think that even children deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
Children deserve that in every angle, whether it be education, friendship, you know, socializing, even as a mom, like they deserve intentionality and purpose. Like nothing.
And consistency.
Yeah, consistency is really important. That is like the meat of childhood.
I agree. Because I think that's foundational, right? And we need to realize they're sponges. They literally absorb everything. And the quicker you start to like instill certain things into them, it becomes like they grow up with it. It's second nature, you know? So consistency is important. Because
the biggest thing that I would say is I hear a lot of people, especially me because I'm a mom of 3, how did you not see the signs is what they say.
Mm-hmm.
And as women, I think that we need to stop attacking each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that sometimes we see the signs, we ignore it, and men also have a great way of personifying something they're not.
Yes. They're very performative. And you have to have that discernment, right? And also, it's like, again, you can be something for 3 years in a row, and then one day that mask just falls,
Whew.
and you actually see that person for who they are. And it's like, all right, the veil is off. Like, shit.
Yep.
I gotta go now.
Right.
You know, like I feel like women, especially Black women, we're constantly like putting each other down.
Yeah.
Or like we're so hard on each other. And I understand accountability.
Absolutely.
I want you to be accountable.
I'm very accountable.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
I tell people, I think that if you're able to hold yourself accountable, you're able to move around this negative stigma.
And I feel like people have more respect for you when you're accountable, right? So hold us accountable, yes. But then there's also like just this hate, or like this, maybe not for lack of a better term, it's not gentle. It's a little aggressive. You know, it feels like an attack, right? And it sucks because you would think we would be more supportive of each other. I feel like a lot of women preach like women empowerment, but it's a facade.
It is. Like a lot of people, like I literally preach I'm a girl's girl. Like I love seeing women.
Oh, I hate saying that.
Oh, not me.
Say, if you gotta say it, I don't.
Not me.
It.
No, not me. I'm really a girl's girl in a sense because like I say it because I come around a lot of women that they're like, I don't trust girls. Like I don't trust women. And I'm like, well, you know, I say I'm a girl's girl and then my actions show.
Sure, yeah.
Like I'm not just going around, I'm a girl's girl. No. And honestly, I am a girl's girl, but I'm a real bitch to a real bitch.
That part, yeah.
Like, you know, I see that women have friendships and they're like, oh yeah, no, my friend tried to tell me that I should do this. And I'm like, hold me accountable, please, as my friend.
Exactly.
Please call me out. Please tell me that I'm wrong when I'm wrong. Don't sit there and just, oh no, you're good. You're doing great. No, tell me when I'm wrong.
I agree.
You know?
It's not an echo chamber. For me, with the girls thing, from my experience, I've seen a lot of women say it and they actually didn't follow through with action.
Oh, yeah, no.
Right? It's all just because it sounds good. Exactly. But I'm just like, if you have to say it, you're not it. But if you are saying it and you're actionable, then yes. And I can never understand the women who don't trust women. I can never understand that. I don't have any female friends. To me, that's a red ass flag for women in itself. I'm gonna leave that for another day, actually.
Another day, because why? Why?
I don't have.
What is wrong with you is the question.
That's what I'm saying, but we'll unpack that another day. What is one thing you wish you knew before becoming a mother?
That you are actually more alone than you think. And that's something that you're going to have to deal with for a very long time. And you yourself have to change that feeling amongst yourself.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Ooh, that hits, girl. I could go in on that, but I'm not going to because we're pressed for time. Tell me, what's the purpose of your podcast, Driven by Motherhood?
So the purpose of Driven by Motherhood is pretty much to support moms. I think that a lot of moms have a lot of negative stigmas behind, you know, being a mother. Like me, for example, I do go out, I do party. I have someone very secure, my mom, who watches my children. But people tend to see that and, oh my God, you're not a mom. You're not a great mom. You don't take care of your mom, right? You can still be a mom and still be a woman. That's also, you know, including fathers, real fathers. So I have certain episodes. I bring certain people in. They talk about their experience, their journey, about being a mom, you know, and then the dads just come in and talk about child support, the bitter baby moms, how they fought through custody.
Yeah.
You know, some fathers are able to talk about, you know, the whole leaving the state without telling the parent. And they're there. Like, we have some real fathers. I just felt like Driven by Motherhood was a really big thing for me because I love being a mom. Like, I love my children so much that I was like, I gotta talk about this. Like, I think I need to make it a thing where moms feel comfortable with talking about being a mom and being able to talk about how, yes, her baby daddy did not want to leave her alone. And the girlfriend thinks that it's her.
Yeah.
You know, or the man thinking like, you know, I don't want to be with my kid's mother and I now have to pay child support because I don't want to be with her. I want that safe space for my people. So that is the purpose of Driven by Motherhood. We're trying to go big. doing like, brunches and, like sipping paints with either dads and moms or just moms and then dads. It's kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a convention is what we're going towards at some point.
I like that. And I like how, even though it's name driven by motherhood, you involve the dads because they are part of that whole experience.
They have
as
moms.
Well. Yeah.
They have moms. And I think that there are certain things that they can talk about as far as their mother.
Yeah.
Maybe they lacked something and maybe we can learn from that.
That's a fact.
So it's all about learning.
Well, where can they find it?
So it's on YouTube. It's called Driven by Motherhood on YouTube. And then you can also find it on Instagram. It's Driven by Motherhood.
As spelled out.
So it's D as in David, RIVEN by BY Motherhood, MOTHERHOOD.
Yeah. And I'll tag it on the YouTube too, so that they can literally just go from here to there. And I look forward to like seeing you build your platform and joining you one day on your platform. Like, I enjoyed this conversation.
I appreciate you having me on here, and I appreciate you being the beautiful person that you are. And I'm gonna tell you, like Driven by Motherhood would tell you, I hope you continue to walk in your power.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
As I do for you as well.
Thank you.
Good luck as you keep getting your spark back. Like motherhood is a never ending thing. But as you said, we are women first. And let's always remember that. Okay.
Thank you.
Honesties, I shall see you all next week. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're listening, download that audio. Share with a friend. All right. Bye. Let me stop bullying y'all.